You know that heavy feeling in your chest when you look at your bank account? That quiet panic that never really goes away? Now imagine one morning it's gone. Not because you won the lottery. Not because you got a huge raise. Just because you finally hit $10,000 saved. That single number changes everything. Most people think 10,000 is nothing. That's not rich, they say, but they're wrong. $10,000 is the moment you stop being broke and start becoming free. Let me show you what actually happens. Picture this. You're living paycheck to paycheck. Every single decision feels like a threat. Can I afford to eat out? What if my phone breaks? What if I lose my job tomorrow? Your brain is in survival mode 24/7. It's exhausting. You're tired even when you haven't done anything. Then you cross 10,000. Suddenly, that background noise disappears. You sleep deeper. You wake up lighter. Your mind finally has space to think about tomorrow instead of just surviving today. I've seen it in friends. One guy hit 10 grand and told me, bro, I didn't realize how loud my anxiety was until it got quiet. That's rule one. Your brain finally relaxes. And when your brain relaxes, you stop making stupid fear-based decisions. You stop buying dumb stuff to feel better. You stop staying in jobs that slowly kill your soul. The pressure that was crushing you, it lifts. Now here's something nobody talks about. People start treating you differently. You didn't tell anyone you saved the money, but they can feel it. Friends suddenly ask you for money advice. Your family stops making jokes about you being broke. Even at work, your boss senses you're not desperate anymore. Why? Because desperate people get used. The world can smell when you have no options. But the day you have 10,000 saved, you have options. And options give you quiet power. I call this the respect shift. It's invisible, but you'll feel it in how people talk to you. One girl I know saved her first 10 grand. 2 months later, her boyfriend, who used to cancel plans last minute, started showing up on time. He just knew she could leave if she wanted. $10,000 quietly says, I don't need you as much as I used to. And that changes relationships fast. Let me tell you about opportunities. Before 10,000, you have to say yes to almost everything. Bad job? Yes. Toxic client? Yes. Weekend work for extra cash? Yes. After 10,000, you can say no. You can walk away from a boss who disrespects you. You can take a job that pays less but gives you skills for the future. You can even say, I'm going to take 1 month off to figure out what I really want. Most people never get that choice in their entire life. That safety net changes how you walk into rooms. You stand taller. You speak slower. You're not rushing to please everyone. And here's the crazy part. Opportunities start chasing you instead of the other way around. People see you're calm with money and they offer you better deals, better partnerships, better everything. You ever notice how broke people are always in a hurry? They rush to work, rush to reply to messages, rush to say yes to anything that brings money. Because time is not theirs. Time belongs to the bills. But after you hit 10,000, time slowly comes back to you. That's rule 4. You don't have to say yes to every extra shift. You don't have to stay late just to look good. You can actually look at your calendar and ask, what do I want to do with my time? Most people never get to ask that question. I had a friend who saved his first 10 grand while working a dead-end job. The next month, he told his boss, I'm taking 2 weeks off. No big explanation, just calm. His boss was shocked. Before that, my friend was the guy who always said yes. Now he had power. And guess what happened? During those 2 weeks, he learned a new skill online. 3 months later, he got a better job, all because he had the freedom to breathe. $10,000 buys you the ability to pause. And in that pause, your life starts moving forward instead of just spinning. Now let's talk about the invisible magic that starts happening. That 10,000 doesn't just sit there doing nothing. It starts making friends. Even in a normal savings account, it grows a little. But the real growth isn't the interest. It's what happens to you. You start believing you can do it again and then again. That belief, that's the real money. Before 10,000, you think, I'll never get ahead. After 10,000, you think, If I did this once, I can do more. Your future self starts winning before the money even grows big. I've watched people change completely at this point. They stop doom scrolling at night. They start reading one page about investing. They ask better questions. They hang around different people. It's like crossing an invisible line. On one side, you're reacting to life. On the other side, you're designing it. Here's a contrast that will blow your mind. Imagine two people, same age, same job, same salary. Person A has $800 in the bank. Person B has $10.2. They both get offered the same side hustle. Person A takes it immediately scared of missing money. Person B looks at it and says, does this actually help my future? Same opportunity, completely different decisions. The $10,000 person is playing a different game. Not because they're smarter, but because they're not desperate, and the world treats desperate people and calm people very differently. You know what's wild? A lot of rich people started exactly here at 10,000, not at 1,000,000, not at 100,000. I'll tell you, that was the moment they stopped being victims of money and started becoming players. Let me tell you a quick story. And there was this girl in Vietnam working in a coffee shop. She lived with her parents, saved every tip, skipped fancy clothes, cooked at home. It took her 2 years to reach $10,000. The day she hit it, she didn't celebrate with shopping. She celebrated by quitting the job she hated. She used that money as a bridge to learn English better and start selling things online. 2 years later, she was making 3 times more, all because 10,000 gave her the courage to step off the old path. Most people never get that courage. They stay stuck because they have zero buffer. But here's the scary truth. If you never reach 10,000, your life will probably look the same in 5 years. Same stress, same limits, same feeling that you're always one emergency away from broke. But if you do reach it, everything quietly upgrades. Your sleep, your confidence, your choices, your future. You stop chasing money out of fear and you start attracting it because you're calm. But here's where it gets really interesting. That $10,000 does something dangerous to your old life. It starts breaking bad habits without you even trying. Before, you stayed in that soul-sucking job because rent was due. After, you realize you don't have to. You start saying no to things that drain you. You start saying yes to things that actually grow you. And people around you feel the shift. Some get happy for you. Some get uncomfortable. That's normal. When you change, the people who like the old desperate you feel nervous. Because if you can save 10,000, maybe they can too. And that means their excuses don't work anymore. But the ones who truly care, they get inspired. They start asking you how you did it. Suddenly you become the quiet example in the group. That feeling, it's addictive in the best way. Now let me show you the hidden trap most people fall into. They finally hit 10,000 and then they celebrate by spending it. Big mistake. That money isn't for spending. It's for buying freedom. Keep it there. Watch it sit. Let it protect you. Because the real power isn't spending 10,000. It's knowing you have it and choosing not to touch it. That discipline, that's what separates people who stay free from people who go back to broke. I've seen it happen. Guy saves 10 grand, feels rich, buys a new phone, new clothes, takes fancy trips. 6 months later, back to zero. Same stress, same problems. Another guy saves 10 grand and leaves it alone. He keeps living simple. 1 year later, he has 15, then 25. The number grows, but more importantly, his confidence grows faster. 10,000 is not the finish line. It's the first real proof that you can control money instead of money controlling you. And once you taste that control, you never want to go back. Let's talk about dreams for a second. When you're broke, your dreams are tiny. I just want to pay all my bills on time. I just want 1 month without worry. That's survival dreaming. After 10,000, your dreams get bigger. I wonder if I can start that small business. I wonder if I can move to a better place. I wonder if I can help my parents. The dreams grow because fear shrinks. And here's the emotional part most people miss. You start feeling hopeful again, not fake positive thinking, real hope, the kind that makes you wake up excited instead of tired. You look at your future and think, maybe I'm not stuck after all. That hope changes how you walk, how you talk to your family, how you show up at work. You're no longer the person waiting for life to get better. You're the person making it better. I remember talking to a taxi driver in Ho Chi Minh City. He saved his first $10,000 after 4 hard years. He told me with tears in his eyes, "Brother, now I can send my daughter to better school. I can say no to drunk customers who treat me bad. I feel like a man again." $10,000 gave him back his dignity. Money didn't make him rich, but it stopped him from feeling small every single day. That's the part nobody shows you on Instagram. They show Lamborghinis and private jets, but the real story starts much quieter at 10,000. This is where your life splits into 2 paths. Path 1, you never reach it. You stay in the loop. Same money stress forever. Path 2, you cross 10,000. Everything starts changing in small, quiet ways that add up to a completely different life. You smile more. You argue less about money. You make decisions from strength, not fear. And the world, it starts responding to the new version of you. So what should you actually do with this truth? Start today, not tomorrow, not when you get the next bonus. Today, you don't need to save 10,000 in 1 month. Most people take 1 or 2 years. That's okay. The game is not speed. The game is consistency. Cut one useless thing every week. Put that money aside before you even see it. Treat your future self like the most important person in your life, because one day that future self is going to look back and say thank you. And when you finally see that number hit $10,000, don't run out and spend it. Sit with it. Feel it. Let it sink in. That moment is bigger than any luxury purchase. It's the day you officially leave the broke club forever. Here's the last contrast that hits hardest. Most people believe they need to be rich to feel free. They wait for 100,000, 1 million, but freedom doesn't start at 1 million. It starts at 10,000. 10,000 is the bridge. It's small enough that anyone can reach it, but powerful enough to change your bloodline. Your kids will grow up differently. Your parents will worry less. You will make decisions that the old you could only dream about. That's why this number is magic. Not because of the dollars, but because of who you become when you protect it. You become someone who can't be easily controlled, someone who can't be easily manipulated, someone who chooses their life instead of surviving it. And once that version of you exists, there's no going back. You will look at broke habits and feel sorry for them. You will see friends still fighting the same money battles and quietly think, I used to be there. But you won't say it out loud. You'll just keep moving forward because now you know the secret. The first 10,000 is the hardest. After that, it gets easier. Not because money gets easier, but because you get stronger. So if you're watching this right now and your account is far from 10,000, good. That means your story is just beginning. Every small sacrifice you make today is building that bridge. Every time you choose not to spend, you're voting for your future self. And one day, not too far from now, you're going to wake up, check your phone, and see those numbers. Yuan Ling Yi Mei Yuan. You'll smile, you'll breathe deeper, and quietly you'll know everything just changed. You're no longer waiting for life to give you permission. You just gave it to yourself. That's the real flex. Not showing off, not flexing on social media, but knowing deep inside that money no longer owns you. You own it. And from that day forward, your life starts looking very different in the best way possible. Now go save that first 1,000. Then the next, I'll see you on the other side.